Live from the WGBS studios, get your cup of coffee or get your shot of whiskey. It's time for Coffee Chat with Sam and Janet. Live. Good morning, happy Saturday.
Good morning.
Hey guys, go ahead and share the link for us. And say hello in the comments. Say good morning. Something here.
You know our people still sleeping.
Of course they are. We're the only crazy people up doing a
That's
Facebook
because we
Live.
got this crackhead dog
My
that wants to wake you up literally at 5 o'clock in the morning.
We're going to give him back, man. His time has expired. He got to go.
Unfortunately, we can't give him back.
He got to go. He got to go. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Coffee Chat with Sam and Janet. Saturday morning edition.
Good morning,
the only
everyone.
edition. The only edition. We're going to give you guys a couple of seconds. Go ahead and share the link for us, if you don't mind. All right, let's get to it. How was your week, Janet?
Well, it was pretty productive. I'm still I'm working on the final chapters of the book that I've been editing. It's been going in little increments, of time. There's a lot of work to be done, in this editing process. So, and in between that, I've been, of course, working with other Style with Taste business. So currently, as all of the viewers know, I've been working on a something that I hadn't done before, and it's this denim coat back here, that I decided to do with some upcycled jeans of yours.
Yeah,
And
I have some buyers.
Fabric.
I have some buyers for that, by the way.
No.
Bidding war.
No.
We're up to $500 already.
So I've been finally, I think I'm finished with that, which sparked some other ideas, of course, which is just crazy that I feel like sewing right now. Because we are getting ready to leave, and I'm needing to pack up our things. But the other thing that I was working on, everybody knows that this is my cup. This is my cup. It has a flat lid, but I have been putting this off for quite some time. I'm making myself a dome lid. I started it yesterday. And I'm really loving how it's coming out so far. I had these square crystals that I never did anything with. I just like the shape of them. So on here, I've outlined the whole base of this with those square things. And I'm really going to love how this is going to turn out. I really like it so far. So in between, all the things, I'm working on that. How was your week, though? Yeah, let's talk about you.
It was a good week overall. I'm going to keep it positive all the way live. I have issues. My issues during the week with business stuff and things that pop up and dealing with people and stuff like that. But overall, it was a great week.
Well, I think that, it was a great week. And then on top of the challenges that you faced, with business and certain things, what we found out, what we learned from working home is that, for the most part, technology really does work. But then there are times when it simply doesn't. Huh?
Yep.
And when
That
it
is
doesn't,
true.
it can really mess up, throw your entire day off. But
It's
in
a
the midst of you doing all of these things, you decided to go back to OMAD.
Here we go. Here we go.
You
Go
made that
ahead.
decision. You made that decision, and then the frustration really kicked into high gear for you yesterday.
Yeah, it did. I'm not gonna lie.
And so, what did you do? Tell the people what you did, babe.
I don't remember. I mean, that was yesterday was a long time ago. I don't remember what I did.
You don't remember?
I blacked out, I think.
I wonder what made you black out, though.
I don't know. I don't know. Stuff happens. I don't know.
I ain't gonna call you out, babe. I ain't
You
gonna
can call
call
me
you
out.
out.
I'm fine with it. I'm cool. I'm not
Call you
sensitive
out.
like that.
I ain't gonna call you out, but all I'm gonna say, okay, is nothing but cakes. But that's all I ain't gonna
Okay,
tell
so yeah,
nobody.
you know why, guys, we don't do this sugar stuff, right? And I can't remember the last time we had nothing but cakes. You mentioned it the other day, Tuesday, Wednesday, or something, and it stuck in my head. My wife and I are not personal. We don't put our personal business on Facebook, but we had some successes, some financial successes this week. Well, over the last couple of weeks, actually. So my crazy, but hey, let's celebrate. Let's go get nothing but cakes. And if you are a true leader, what your wife's gonna say? Okay,
Yes, let's.
she's gonna talk you off the ledge. Yeah, babe, great idea. Now, in doing OMAD, my wife gives me a hard time about OMAD, but she's basically a clean eater too. She's keto. Guys, we don't intake a lot of sugar, and we're noticing our taste buds have changed when it comes to salt as well. So we go, our happy tails over. Not only do we get the nothing but cakes, but I'm going all the way in. Hey, babe, we're gonna get some ice cream too. We're gonna have cake and ice cream. It's gonna be a real celebration. This is gonna be a real celebration. Let me tell you. Yeah, that's not our flow anymore, guys. Ooh.
This dude, not only did he eat his nothing but cakes, but he was like, oh, he said it big and proud. I'm getting nothing but cakes and ice
And
cream.
vanilla,
And he
Madagascar
sat
vanilla.
there and ate them both.
Killed it.
Okay.
Killed it.
Killed it. Killed it. And then he got sick.
It was a rough night.
It was rough.
It was a rough night,
So
guys. I ain't gonna even
so
lie. It was a
tell
rough
me,
night.
I see Pat. Good morning, Pat. And I see my youngest brother. Good morning, Zaran. What y'all got going on this morning? If I know my brother,
We know he out there killing roaches.
I know, right?
Uh-huh. Pat probably working on some designs.
Thank you, Pat. You know, I don't sew for myself. Pat, listen, I was sharing with another friend a circle skirt idea because she wanted to do some sewing, her and her girls, to be able to work together. And so I shared this real simple, and you know how simple it is, a circle pattern idea. And as I was going through my pictures of things that I have sewn for myself, I did a little J4J, just for Janet. I didn't realize how many pieces of articles of clothing that I actually made for myself. And I was like, basically, why'd you stop? Well, I know
I
why I
know why you
stopped,
stopped.
because we came here.
That ain't why.
Yeah, that is why. Because when
No,
we were in Louisiana, I was sewing.
that ain't why you really stopped. You stopped because you got tired of people asking you to sew for them.
I don't care about people asking me to
Yeah,
sew for
you
them,
got
babe,
really
because
upset.
the answer is simply a hard no. I just can't do that.
I remember.
But I didn't have my tools when we first came here, and then of course everybody knows my our mission for being here. I had to take care of my mom, so that you just can't do that. I, Janet, couldn't do that effectively and so at the same time. So I had put it off, and this is actually no, the first, well, I made myself an apron. Ooh ah ooh. But this is the first I guess you would say big thing that I have made for myself in a few years. And it really did feel good. So thanks, Pat. I appreciate that. And I know Zoran, you out there, if y'all are in the uh
Metro
metro
Atlanta
Atlanta
area.
area, and y'all need to find my brother. He does, he's an exterminator. He fights pests. He really does fight them. He does pest
Literally.
control and termites and things like that. So if y'all are in the area, friend him and you know go work with Zoe. Call Zoe. So speaking of projects, Pat, tell me what projects are you working on currently? And while we wait for her to answer, are we done talking about your OMAD?
No, I'm back on OMAD. I had a slip up yesterday. I was doing good all week. See, what had happened was my wife planted this subliminal messages, right? She says something about nothing but cakes just out of the blue, like 2 or 3 times throughout the week.
I didn't
And,
say it 2 or 3 times. I said it once.
okay, yeah, one or two, once or twice. I mean,
And
about
what
two
I
times.
said, no,
You said
don't
it
try
two
to play
times.
me, because what I said was
You said it
when
two
we
times.
moved, the one thing I didn't like about moving to Mississippi is that there was no nothing but cakes, but there is one in Lafayette. But I also mentioned Blaze too, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm.
Blaze we can handle, but that nothing but cakes. Nah, I'm good, dog. I'm going to go back to making my own keto desserts again. I got to add to my keto list, but I'm back on OMAD for until the end of the year. And I was somebody going, oh, what about the holidays? What about them? I can stop sick. Eat good, right? I just won't be
Oh
eating
yeah,
a whole
because it
lot of
won't it
crap.
won't stop you from killing no
No,
food.
no, it won't. It really won't. Just But I needed to regroup again and get my energy and mindset back at a high level because there's a lot going on. The interesting thing is, when you're moving, I know we all hate moving, right? But I can't stop doing all this other stuff I'm doing, right? So, and I don't want to, pass out dead, but so I got to, do what I know that works for me to increase my energy levels. And so I can, take care of business because that's what I'm good at, taking care of business, right, Janet?
Yes, you are. I will not deny that.
So that's why I'm on OMAD. Back on OMAD. I'm back on OMAD. 1 meal a day. So I'm like, what is OMAD? 1 meal a day. Sounds crazy, but you'd be surprised if what you can do. It's all mental anyway, right?
Hmm. And I think that, speaking of just plain old clean eating, I think that everything really, for real, it starts with nutrition. We have to teach our kids from young, when they're little bitty people. We have to feed them right so that they get the proper nutrients and vitamins and minerals, right? And then they can carry that throughout their lives. When you and I were growing up, we didn't eat a lot of processed food. I don't think we ate any processed foods.
No,
My mom
I
worked
know
two
I didn't.
jobs, but she was a crock pot queen. I remember that. And I don't know,
Okay.
I'm sure that by the time my youngest brother came along, he may not remember this, okay? Because he might have been the McDonald's king, but that wasn't me and my older brother and most of my other sister's life. She cooked. There were a lot of hearty meals, with the when I say hearty, it's like soup type thing, gravies, but it was a lot of clean eating. There was a market in a fruit and vegetable market that she used to go to in Indiana, and I don't know if y'all remember that, where they had the bags that you put your fresh vegetables in, the paper bag. full of fresh vegetables. And we used to have to come home and help her snap beans and shuck peas and all of that kind of stuff. So she definitely did that. And then me raising my children in Louisiana, my grandmother and the aunts and stuff, they didn't eat out. They cooked at home.
Hmm.
Okay. So, that was just something that was going on. So even though I really didn't cook a lot, my kids, they ate real food because all you had to do was make the circuit, right? So you had to do was make the circuit. So I think that is vastly important. And in today's society, we are a lot of eat and go. Even I was a sandwich girl. When I got to like middle and high school, I was a sandwich chick, but the sandwiches were still made at home. And even though it might have been sliced ham or something like that, it wasn't as bad as the processing is today. So I know that people have comments on that, and we can talk about that as well. But Sam, you're OMAD. You was trying on the slick, force me into that OMAD. I felt like
I was not. I have no. That's not how I lead. I don't lead like that. It is your decision. I implement things, strategies in this household, and it's your decision to follow.
I ain't have nothing to eat all day. I almost died. I
I'm gonna give
almost
me some more
passed
coffee
out.
real quick. I'm gonna give me some more coffee.
You was trying to kill me. You was trying to kill me. That was one of my mom's one of her things that she would actually say. You trying to kill me. Speaking of my mom,
And she was
I'm,
serious too.
I'm wearing these earrings, right? These are my mother's earrings that I had made for her and had gifted her with, and I came across them. So now I'm wearing them. But yeah, you starved me all day. I didn't even, and I was weak. I was ready to pass out. It was a rough day that day, man.
It
It
wasn't
was a
rough.
rough
I
day.
did what I normally do. There's food prepared for you to eat. All you do is come and make your plate.
There was nothing for me to
Food
eat.
prepared.
There was
Okay.
nothing.
Had the people think I'm starving you. I don't get down
Facebook,
like
there
that.
was
I wasn't
nothing.
raised that way.
There was nothing.
Watch this. I wasn't raised that way. I have high value genes. I'm a high value man. We don't do that nonsense. Okay. We don't do that.
While you're talking about high value and nonsense, let's go ahead and give out a shout out to your cousin who recently got married.
Congratulations, cousin Bernicia. Well, her name is not maiden name, not Patton anymore. And all I know about him on his Facebook page is Abby Abby. So good morning. I mean, congratulations, cousin Bernicia Patton, maiden name Patton, and Abby Abby, because I don't know your real name. Hey, wish you guys many, many years of blessed marriage.
Yep.
Hey, Ashley girl, good morning.
Hi, Ashley. Good morning. So I know that my brother is fighting them bugs today. Pat, what you working on today? And Ashley, what y'all doing today? What y'all got going on in your neck of the woods today?
I think Ashley might be still up north.
Are you? If you are, is it snowing up there yet?
That's what I wanted to know as well.
Mm-hmm. Is it snowing up there? It's raining over here in the wonderful city of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Let me tell y'all. Okay, so we recently went and got our renewed our tags, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. The
Yeah.
property taxes.
You tripping off that.
I am tripping. I'm still tripping. Property taxes
For a car. They charge you
for
property
a
tax on your
car,
vehicle.
not a home, a car. Okay? Oh, well over $100. Well over $100. I'm
That's
just trying to understand it. I was bugging about that because what I'm used to going to the tag place and paying for, you know,
your tax registration.
the registration fee and the tag fee, right? No, you got this whole daggone property tax thing. But then we were talking, Sam and I were talking, and I was like, okay, well, the roads are really smooth here. They do have nice roads.
You don't
So
see
you
no
know what?
trash on the side of the roads. The freeways are clean.
The, even in the hood, the streets are clean. The overpass, that's what we call them. The overpass, the in the you know where the homeless, there's this particular area here where the homeless kind of camp out. They have a tent city, over there, and some of them sleep up under the bridge in those little nooks. All of that, it's not like in other metropolitan cities. It's nasty. It's always clean. They even have a porta potty out there. So I guess I can't
And
complain.
no, I was well, I feel funny saying this, but I was gonna say, and they have like really, really nice tents for someone who used to camp and stuff. So
Yeah, we were wondering if the city provides that. And you don't see a lot of vagrants. We notice the homeless, but they're not like, they don't come and attack you. They
no,
don't do, they don't do
yeah,
any of that kind of stuff. So you're in Boston and there's no.
no, they charge taxes on car every year, and they call it an excise tax.
Mm, 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 mm.
I
Is it?
keep saying, guys, I deal with money, been dealing with money for the last 27 years. If people really woke up to all the ways we're taxed, then that'll be a true that'll be a true rebellion. We're taxed at the yin yang, man. But they don't call it a tax, right? Registration. Even in my business, continuing education fees,
Mm-hmm.
license renewal fee. Those are taxes, man.
But
Taxes.
if it's working for you in the city, if you can see areas where your tax dollars are going, I guess I really can't complain too much. I was just, it was sticker shock. It was sticker shock. I'm ready to move back to Florida to see my money. It's, when you're not used to it, it's different, right? It's very, very different. I mean, and then what makes it so bad is that we're getting ready to leave. We paid a lot of money to register the car in the state of North Carolina from where we were. That was an ordeal a couple of years, just 2 years ago.
Somebody says, Sam, you don't know. It doesn't bother me because, hey, as a high value man, I'm doing my job and making the money. So, okay, that's my job. So when this stuff comes up, okay, and she like, hold up, wait a minute, why is it that much? The lady got to explain to Janet in detail.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
like, we still have to pay it.
But I want to know. It's just like, I was watching something on a news feed where the hospital bill, right? Somebody had to go through the emergency room, and their hospital bill ended up being a couple of thousands of dollars, right? Because they went through the emergency room. And come to find out, once they delved into why their bill was so expensive, the hospital literally charges you room and board, which is an exorbitant
Hmm.
fee. So, basically, the lesson in that is, if you can avoid going to the emergency room, right? Then do your best to avoid it. If you need some type of care, go to an urgent care center. Don't go to the emergency room because they tax you for breathing. They charge you rather for breathing. So yeah, we need to know. And it's a good thing that I did ask, because the receipt, it didn't give you that whole breakdown. Sam was looking for it. He was like, wait a minute, what was that again? I want to know. I definitely want to know.
So the mindset is different up in Boston, up in Boston, Ashley.
Yeah, so expound on that, Ashley.
And I'm assuming she's talking about the mindset with our peoples.
Well, I feel like that's kind of like a lot across the board, especially with our woke folks.
The farmers market just texted me, Janet, and said they got some stuff on sale that I like, so we're gonna run by there today.
Okay.
Good
Hey, Rashad,
morning, Rashad, in Omaha,
what you
Nebraska.
doing in
Hope you had
Omaha,
a
Nebraska?
how's you had a good steak, man.
Babe, oh my God. You just said it. And that steak that we had a few days ago, I'm
Yeah,
still
I didn't
thinking
even take
about
a
that
picture
steak.
either.
I am still thinking about that steak. So, what we have been talking about so far, guys, is uh Sam being back on OMAD. We talked about my coat.
Oh,
Home, no responsibility.
wow.
And yes, it's us. Yes, it is. We really do have to change our mental mindset. And
Listen,
we've been talking about taxes, right? The taxes that we just incurred on our car. And so now we're going to, switch the conversation.
to
Oh, we
what?
talked about the charges that you have, in the medical profession, which brings us to um, some conversation about how medications that you take can affect your insurance, life
So,
insurance and health insurance.
so Janet has I don't know if it's fortunate or unfortunate to hear my conversations. I kind of speak loud because I'm losing my hearing, so she gets to hear everything. And she, not now, but before, she's asked me, how does that work? And why these people don't know, guys. I'm trying to, well, I don't have a lot of time to do it, but I try to educate on this. It's not really my area, but I see what the end result is. Please, 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 if you listen to us this morning and you have to go see a doctor, ask questions about the medicines that they're prescribing for you. Guys, remember, and this is no dig on doctors, okay? Okay, it's a highly specialized field. They have to do a lot of schooling and training and stuff like that, right? But remember, doctors say what? I practice medicine. We kind of overlook that. Here's how that manifests. You go to the doctor for an issue, and your doctor's going to say something else. We're going to try you on such and such a medicine. They say that all the time, right? They never tell. You very rarely. I don't know if you guys, Jan and I, we don't have this. We don't get sick a lot, so we don't have multiple meds we've taken and stuff like that. But if you are, listen to what the doctor's saying. We're going to try you on this. We're going to see if this works. They don't know if this stuff is even going to work. But here's the thing: before I go down a rabbit hole, in my business and dealing with insurance and everything, you can go and get prescribed a medicine that's supposed to be trying to help you with that issue. But there's 13 other things that medicine can be prescribed for. Those top things, maybe the top one, well, actually, definitely the top one thing, that's what the insurance underwriters are looking at. So if you're going for a sore throat, guys, this is going to sound crazy when I say this. I won't say a sore throat. What's some of the issues you've heard me discussing, Janet? If you're going in for and get diagnosed with something like not major, I'm going to say sore throat because that's what came to my mind, and they're giving you something that primarily is for diabetes, the underwriters are looking now like you have diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and here's how this manifests. If you're trying to get insurance with someone who's selling insurance, they could care less about explaining that to the underwriters because they're trying to sell your product. If you're dealing with an advisor, they're going to ask a little more questions. Let's put this in the notes so that they know you were not prescribed this diabetic medication for diabetes. You prescribe it because your doctor wanted to try to see if this is going to help you with your sore throat. Huge difference, right? That's why a lot of people are getting
Turn down.
disqualified, turned down for getting in coverage, and they're coming over here like, "How did you get me approved?" It's simple. I'm not selling you. I'm advising you first of all, and I understand how that system works, right? But we can stop this, and it's very extremely prevalent in our community because we still see doctors as an authority figure. We sit there, we get checked out, and we don't ask any questions. We don't say nothing. Okay, doc. And here's the kicker that a lot of us do, right? We'll get the medication and we don't even take it.
You get it, but you don't take it. But the issue with that is that it's in your report. Once you accept the doctor prescribing you medication, once he writes it down and and puts it in the system, it's in the system, whether you took it or not.
It's now on your RX database, right? So when you go to get any type of insurance and some financial products, not just insurance, they're going to see that, right? Because it's about managing risk for these companies. So if you got, and I literally have talked to people, they've been prescribed 8 medications, but only took one. When I explained it to them, like, oh my God, I never knew how that worked. What I'm telling you, I mean, only thing I can do now is write what's called a cover letter and speak directly with my underwriter and let them know what's going on. But if that's on your RX database, they're assuming because you don't go and get medications on your own; they have to be prescribed by a doctor. And
Isn't
if it's
there
prescribed by a
and
doctor,
isn't there some type of with some type of issue when it comes to weight loss, that they're taking
yeah,
particular medications
yes,
for weight loss, but it's actually for something else?
they're using some diabetic medications for that. I know this sounds great, guys, and yeah, when you look up metformin, way down the list, it can say can be used for weight loss. Only took one. When I explained it to way down the list, it says it can be used for weight loss. So these practitioners that are saying, "Hey guys, we got a medication that's already been out, right? No side effects or limited side effects, whatever. Or here are the side effects. Now it can be used for weight loss." They're not advising you that when you go to get these financial products to try to get life insurance, that now they're going to think you got diabetes. They're not telling you that, right? And a lot of people listen. I gave my numbers on Cash Flow Creators podcast on last Monday. I talked to 125 people in the month of October. Okay, 65 of those people became new clients of Guys with Benefit Solutions. What happened to
Mhm.
the other people? Those are people I just couldn't help. And the number one issue why I couldn't help them is because of what we're talking about right now.
And so we have my friend Michelle. Michelle is a nurse, but
I didn't know she was a
she is
nurse.
giving some info. That's why people should always ask for sample of medication before setting with with the medicine. And and then to your point, Sam, what she was saying, like Saxendo, Saxendo for diabetes, but is used for weight loss.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be careful, what about what you're taking when it comes to this medication, and understand, they give you a list. There's a list of what the medication is used for. There's a list of all the side effects. My best friend, she was on and she was talking about some type of, now she has like this permanent thyroid issue, and it's really behind some type of medication that she was taking for something else. So you have to, you have to manage your health in a different type of way. When you know better, you need to do better. You have to manage your health in a different type of way. And don't just take what the doctors say, and just go with it, because it ends up affecting you in more ways than one. It can negatively impact your health. Okay, it can cause you to have other health issues. And when it's time for you to, a lot of people are now listening to TikTok and learning from TikTok about infinite banking, what I'm saying, that Sam has been talking about for years. But when it comes time for you to decide to, what, I want to try that bank of you or infinite banking concept, and you're wondering why you're getting stuck with maybe just term insurance, or maybe you're getting declined. These are some of the reasons why.
It's a primary reason, because we can have a fairly healthy person, right, that got the wrong med prescribed, it's on the record, and insurance carriers are like, okay, well, we understand that, but as far as we see it, this person has diabetes, heart issues, and all this other stuff, because the doctors
Hmm.
are practicing medicine on us, right? And guys, let me bring it home a little bit, because I'm having conversations constantly for a long time, with people talking about uplifting our communities and everything. Listen, a healthy community is a strong community. A strong, healthy, and strong community can affect positive change for said community. So if we're sickly, if we can't don't have the energy, right? And it's not just about meds. It's also about nutrition. I know a lot of people give me, these questions about OMAD and everything. Forget about OMAD. Just eat clean. Everybody listen to us right now knows the detriments of sugar. If you just break the sugar addiction, which by the way is the biggest drug in the world, if you just break the sugar addiction, you're doing wonders for your life. And once you break it, you're not going to want to go back, because there's other ways to satisfy that which are less detrimental than that white powder that's highly processed, and we know it's not good for us, guys. And we
Here's
know
the
it.
problem with sugar, and let's bring this concept home. So remember back in the day when your grandmother now probably was having their coffee, they would put that one little cube
Mhm.
of sugar,
Yep.
1 cube of sugar in their coffee. All right. Now that didn't bother you. Your body was able to absorb that and flush that right on out the system. The issue is that today we do 50 or 1,000 of those 1 cubes of sugar, and
Or
it's in
pour the sugar
everything.
in like this.
That's what we do. It's not only the sugar. If we're just going to use coffee, it's not just the sugar, it's the creamer that you're using. It's all of the things that you're putting, in the coffee. And so therefore your body isn't able to filter that out properly. We are beautifully and wonderfully designed, right? God created us to be able, and the way that our bodies are made, it is a self-functioning machine if we process our things correctly. So and if you keep adding all of these processed foods and junk things to the body, what ends up happening is that you are negatively impacting your liver, you're negatively impacting your kidneys, all of the major organs, right? You're clogging up your arteries, okay? And then on top of all of that, you are taking medicine to fix one thing, but it actually doesn't fix it, it masks it. So what you need to do is do a whole holistic type of change to your particular lifestyle. And as Sam says, it ends and begins with nutrition.
So we're carnivores over here. One of the beauties of meeting, and being with someone that's in line with you, aligned with you on certain key areas. And we've had a lot of conversations with people. Oh, you shouldn't eat meat. I'll sit there and listen, because guys, one thing I know that my wife and I will do, we do our research. Okay. So here's the thing, guys, with this whole meat thing. You can be a carnivore, a pescatarian, a vegetarian, a vegan, whatever you want. But let me clear it up with you about the meat issue. Some of you probably old enough to realize, or remember, when your grandparents and maybe even your parents, or maybe you had the opportunity to be around great grandparents, they were eating, right, livestock and stuff that they raised, right? That was going on for centuries. There was actually a time, guys, when cancer was hardly ever heard of. All these modern illnesses, they were hardly ever heard of. So you ask yourself, if man was eating meat for centuries, modern man, right? Eating meat, being primarily a carnivore, right? What changed? What changed to specifically the meat industry? I probably get blocked on Facebook for this. What changed in the meat industry? Commercialization, capitalization, which manifested itself like now you have these huge feedlots where they're just growing these cattle and livestock and chickens in these closed pens, shooting them up with steroids. Guys, it was never the God made meat. No, what changed was what man decided to do to these animals to produce a certain type of meaty animal for money for capitalism. That's what changed. So if you know all of that and you know meat is actually good for you, right? Now all you gotta do is circle back around. Listen, how can I ask yourself the question, how can I now revert from that what I'm doing, buying meat at grocery stores because it's not grass fed, it's not pasture raised chicken, it's not pasture raised hogs, it's not pasture raised goat, whatever. There's tons. When we first started this, we had to search high and low. There's tons of ways to get this stuff now. It's grown, right? It's an industry within itself. It's grown. And forget about the price. Don't tell me, oh, it's $5 more. Okay, then you don't really care about your health. Okay. Because we'll go and drop $100 on a Saturday morning and don't even know where it went to. Right. So that's what happened in the meat industry. Well, my friend here, Wayne Spells, he knows we came from the same place. Well, they're our dads were hunters. They grew stuff. We had our own farms. It was a country town, but we say go in the country. That's where people were raising the hogs and everything and chickens. They have no problems, man. So it's not about eating meat and meat's bad for you, the commercialized meat, and that's bad for you. But if you can source your meats from sources that where these animals are not getting shot up with all this mess and these steroids, and they're able to do what animals have done for centuries, then that's the source you want to provide for yourself. Nothing
You
against
got
meat,
to
nothing
wonder
against vegan.
why we're not the only ones who think like this, because there is, I can't say it's a trend because people have done this thing for a long time.
It's a
I remember
lifestyle.
when my cousin Jean, her husband, they lived in what we called the country, and he had chickens in the back. And so my son, the boys, they grew up literally chasing the chicken and wringing its neck, and skinning it for, whatever that day's meal was going to be. But in addition to that, we also see a lot of people that are, raising their own farm raised chickens and stuff like that today. Young people in
Mhm.
their 20s and 30s,
Absolutely.
they're buying these farms and they're literally raising their own livestock, and on top of that, you also have this core group of people. And I didn't even know that there was this market, this collective in the metro, in the city of Atlanta, where there's like a whole garden, and people are really learning how to grow their own vegetables, their own pineapples, their own, they're planting their own lemon and orange trees, and all of these things, because they want to have a more sustainable life, right? And if you are growing your own things, then
Hmm.
or going to like farmers markets and stuff like that, then you don't have to worry about all the pesticides that they're using, in that they're spraying on these plants and vegetables as well. But
Cool.
you got to change it. You got to change it. And a lot of this information, like I said, I know a lot of people feel like they have to go to the grocery store, and that's fine, but also think about where your stuff is traveling from. Hmm.
So it's easier to source the natural grass fed and pasture raised meats. The price actually has come down because we've been on this kick for quite some time, and since I'm the one who does all the grocery shopping and all that, I noticed the trend as the prices have come down.
Blessed be the name.
Well, I tell you, it's hard over here for us high value men, but
Blessed be the name.
but 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 yay, we shall persevere.
Blessings and blessings.
I tell you, boy, I tell you, I tell you. What else we
Blessings.
got going on?
The other thing that we have going on, you know, um, I mean, listen, Rashad, I'm team carnivore as well. People have been eating meat since
Century.
Noah. Read your Bible. Since Noah. Noah. Once the ark landed and they got on dry land, that's how long people have been eating meat. So y'all can just miss me. You can miss me with that. There are good things to meat. And read up on your blood type, read up on, your body type, read up on whatever it is that you need to read up on. I am a carnivore and it works well with my blood type. The other thing that we wanted to talk about, oh yeah.
What?
The scammers have come out of the woodwork with our as we're selling our stuff.
Oh yeah, that was wild, wasn't it?
Yes, that
Oh
was
man,
wild.
that was. We put some stuff. We, as in me, put some stuff on Facebook
Listen,
Marketplace.
time out, time out.
Excuse me.
You
Excuse me.
did post it on
Excuse me.
Facebook Marketplace, but I gave the descriptions and I took the pictures. This is a team
All
effort.
all I said was we.
No, you said we, meaning me.
We, which
That's what you said.
included your
Mr. High
part.
Value. Mr.
We.
High Value.
Well,
There is no I in team. There's
you're
no
a high
I in
value
team.
woman. I wouldn't. A high value man would not be with a lower value woman. So you're a high value woman.
Like I
So I
said.
said we to include you. However, you did your part, and my part was to put it on Facebook Marketplace. Kind of touch it this morning. You need something to eat. Anyway, don't mind us. We do this all day, every day. Okay. Um, man, what was it? 14, 15 people. They were all scammers. Some crazy stuff like, we're gonna send you a. I'm gonna send you a cashier's check, and you can hold it for me. No, you're not. I was like, no, you're not. You're not sending me nothing. But the one that we really tripped on was, guys, a fake Zelle. Okay. And all you have to do is read this stuff.
Yeah,
That what second, third line talking about, in order to get the money, you're gonna have to
right.
deposit $1,000. Stop clicking on these links, man.
Yep.
Right?
Why do I
Uh,
need
why
and
do I
it's
have to give you $1,000?
exactly. You know, we do Zelle because we're small business people, and me more so than Sam. I have done several Zelle transactions, and I was like, that's not how that goes. That's not what that does. That's no, we're not accepting that. Cash only. Cash only. But I was just kind of floored, with that. So you want to send me a cashier's check for me to hold. What is to say that I don't take the cashier's check and just run with the money and not sell you my stuff?
Well,
That's a
the
red flag.
cashier's check is the hook. So once you say yes to that, they're gonna send you something, click a link and put your bank information in, then they got you. Boom. It's all over.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So if y'all out here selling stuff, just especially around these holidays, just be careful. We're trying to relocate. I'm just gonna say as lean as possible. And I preface that with a side eye
Watch the side eye.
because Style with Taste can't get rid of her stuff. Style with Taste can't get. I know that you get frustrated with me and all my stuff, but just
No,
think about
never.
this.
I never get frustrated.
Just think about this. Now, my coat, the inside lining is a pink linen. This older white lady gave me like seven different types of linen fabric, 7 to 10. I don't even remember now. And the smallest yardage was about 3 yards. The biggest yardage was about 7 of each of these different types of fabrics. And I've had these fabrics for about 5 years. And this is really my first time using any of the fabric. But I used it and it's lovely, right? So, I mean, Pat can attest, anybody that does any type of crafting or sewing, you find a piece of fabric and you do have to hold on to it until that particular inspiration comes up. Don't give me that face,
I'm not
Samuel.
saying anything. Saturday is my day, my one day to have just peace and tranquil.
So, but we are getting rid of some things,
Get rid of a
and
lot of things.
yeah,
Lean, 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 moving.
yeah,
Moving is we're pretty
we're
much moving from here to the middle of the country. Um,
yet again,
yet again.
yet again.
What else we got?
I feel like that's all I had written down. I mean, what you got? Like I said, I'm gonna show the people this again. I'm working on my dome lid for my cup. See, that's gonna go on there. I'm gonna replace the lid that it has and put the dome
Okay.
lid on there. You see that? Now you get it? You get it?
Okay. All
So
right.
I'm excited about this lid. I started it. So my desk, if you would see my desk is full of crystals. I just kind of push them to the side. It's what I'm working on, and I definitely want to have it finished before we take a little road trip. I am excited about this road trip.
Where we going?
We're going to see the
Ah,
daughter, and we're gonna be there for her birthday.
do we have any Facebook friends in Orlando area? Do you?
Mm.
Mm,
I'm sure that we have Facebook friends in the Orlando area. I'm sure that we do, but who they are, I have no ideals. No ideals. I have no ideals.
hmm. I was just wondering.
So I know, I told you that once I finished my coat, that I knew that my sister was going to try to hijack me for it.
I got two buyers for the coat. Your sister ain't gonna pay nothing.
My sister and my sister-in-law. And where my sister-in-law lives, they hardly ever get cold weather. And
It
I'm
gets
like,
cold in San Antonio.
it, it gets it gets cold in the morning, just like Louisiana. It'll be cold in the morning, and then by 9 o'clock, it's hotter than Hades. But that's just how it goes sometimes.
We're actually in it within an hour. That's interesting. We didn't ask if anyone wanted to come in and join us today. I guess not. That's always an open door policy. Want to come on here and share? I could just send you the link.
Yeah,
Come on into the studio.
come on in the room. And I also wonder if Pat is still. I think that Pat left because I haven't seen any more comments. What does she do about zero? Is she sowing zero waste? That is what I'm trying to accomplish, y'all. It's taken me a long time, but I am trying to accomplish the zero waste method of when I'm sewing things and you have all of these scraps that's left over, or bigger pieces that just don't go with whatever it is that you're sewing. I'm trying to repurpose those things. I'm really trying to be mindful of all of that, of repurposing. I have some ideas, and I don't know if I'm going to actually do them before year end, but I do have some ideas. And that's what I'm trying to, that's just what I'm trying to do. What else you got going on, babe?
I got a training with my team this morning that I'm doing. And then I think I'm gonna go, to the farmers market after that.
Oh, you gonna
I
go?
did. Yeah.
Just you. That's what you're gonna do?
Yeah. I said we're gonna go. We're gonna go to the farmers market. You know. After that, that's about it. And then, chill out for the rest of the day. That's about it. Um, I think we're out of things to talk about. To
I
be honest.
think so. I think so too. I was interested that a couple of things that Ashley was saying um when she was talking about the free money thing. And I'm assuming that she's talking in the lens of Florida. They give away money for down payment for a home. There's a bank that are working with people even with the low credit score. So um it seems that I know that there are people that are working with that. There are industries, I should say, that are working with people with low credit scores. There's several different programs that are out here to try to help a lot of people become home, get into home ownership. Only thing that I would say is, to just make sure you read the fine print. Read the fine print, because what you don't want to happen is another bubble burst, like they did in, what was it, 2007, when the housing market crashed.
Yeah, well, that's already in the works of happening. Actually, the next crash is going to be like one of the worst ones in history. I'll talk more about that probably on Monday's Cash Flow Creators podcast. Um, and if you're not preparing for it, guys, you can either tuck your head in the sand and ignore things, and suffer the consequences, or try to get a strategy in place where, it'll lessen the blow to you and your family financially. And more importantly, when these things happen, it's a great opportunity to create wealth. That's what the smart money is doing.
Yeah. And I want to be on the side of the smart money.
Is that right?
I do. Just so you know. Just so you know where I stand.
Okay. Now I know. I can't say I didn't know. Can't say I wasn't aware.
And I think that overall, like I said, there are different programs to help people get into home ownership. The thing that you really want to look out for, though, is the interest rate. Your credit score, your interest rate really is based on your credit score. So, you know, don't get caught up in, you think you're going to get this home, you like this home, whatever. The home is, I know that there's no such thing as $150,000 home anymore, but the home is $150,000, which
There
means that
is. It'll just be a shack.
your payment, you would think that your payment is within your budget, but then once they tack on the interest rate, you end up paying the interest rate and very, very little towards your principal. Those are the things that you really, really need to pay attention to. How much of that money, if it's $1,200 a month, that's your house note. How much of that $1,200 is actually going to the principal to help you pay this house down, actually, or how much of it is going towards the interest rate? Just be mindful.
Um, I was looking at some meat stuff. Somebody just sent me about how healthy elk meat is. Would you try that elk meat?
We don't even live in an area where elks
Oh,
roam.
you can get it. I was looking at some ground bison meat yesterday.
I
It's
don't.
red meat. It's red meat.
I don't. I don't.
If I make it, you would never know the difference.
I don't. I don't like it. I'm gonna be like my granddaughter. I don't like it. I
You'll
don't.
never know the difference.
I don't like it. Until that one time I tried that deer sausage. You never know, what you're gonna like. It just sounds weird, right?
Mm.
Because I never ate lamb until you and did um I never ate lamb until you and I did Daniel.
We ate lamb on Daniel.
Yes, we did. It was after that, because I
Oh,
remember where we were, and looking at a recipe, And that's how I started really liking the idea of, marinating in rosemary and all of that stuff, all of those different herbs, as opposed to what I was accustomed to marinating with.
Mm-hmm.
So it was after Daniel, because we didn't eat meat during Daniel.
Starting
Hmm.
to get hungry now. So much for old man. No, I'm just playing. Mm.
So, okay, well,
Well, we're gonna shut it down then. Thank y'all for joining
we appreciate you.
early on a Saturday morning.
Hmm. What game y'all watching today? My brother just sent me a text, a group text talking about game day, or was it my sister? One of them. Oh, okay. My bad. My grandson is playing. They're playing their playoff game. It's their playoff game for them to go into the championship today.
Mm,
So that's exciting. I really wish that I was there to be
me
able to
too.
see his little self running around with the football in a helmet that's way too big. Hmm. So
Okay,
yeah, I'm done, babe.
I see. Well, hey guys, thanks for joining us. We'll see you on next Saturday. Watch as soon as we get ready to go. Somebody's gonna have a question or post something. Um, next Saturday's coffee chat. We really didn't know if people will jump on here on a Saturday morning, but hey, we're appreciative of those of you who do.
Yep.
And seems like this will work. And the other thing about it is we can do it even if we're traveling. So just need the phone. That's it, right?
Hmm.
So you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe out there. Don't be shaking nobody's hands. Nothing that kind of crazy like that.
And stock up on your vitamin D, C, and zinc. Because this is the flu season, even though we don't hear about flus anymore.
No, the flu made a comeback, and the cold has made a comeback as well. They were missing for the last 2 years, right? 2 years.
Where'd they go?
They went on vacation. They were hibernating. The flu and the cold was hibernating, but now
I
we're
think
talking
that
about
I find that real interesting that the flu and the colds took a 2-year hiatus.
because they took a break, man. I mean, they have been working hard.
Yeah, so y'all, double up on your building up your immune system. And what you hear
And
from me is my sinuses. So, all right, babe.
we're out. Have a great day.
Deuces.